The Ayatollah is dead.
More countries are being drawn into the Middle East war.
As Secretary Rubio said after the Maduro raid, if you don't know, now you know.
Anybody start any wars this weekend? You gotta ask nowadays. You gotta ask. You gotta ask, man. I don't know. Apparently that's how our government uses its Saturdays now. What's up with our government and starting wars on Saturdays? Are we all working weekends now too? It's crazy, man. Like, I remember back when Saturdays were like chill day, dude. And now this is when they plan their massive like coups. Okay, obviously we're in Hawaii, so I know there's like at least 20 people here like, I don't know who he's talking about. Okay, so a little bit of context. You're better than Maui for sure. If I said this in Maui, they'd all be looking like, what is he talking about? We were having a casual aloha Saturday. So the United States government, that's us. In conjunction with Israel, that's also us. Yeah, we're occupied by them, yeah. We conducted a strike or a series of strikes on Iran. Iran is a country in Western Asia, you could say. I was going to say Midwest, but then you'd be like, Chicago? No. Yes. So yeah. The thing is, there was a lot of different language used around this strike. First of all, if you've been following the situation with the United States and Iran, you would know this was going to happen at some point. Yeah. So if you were surprised, like, you know, welcome. Welcome to reality. Yeah, and some people were like, I can't believe that we just bombed Iran. It's like they were saying it for like 10 fucking years. And especially in the last few months, they're like, we're about to bomb Iran, we're about to bomb. They fucking moved the aircrafts like right there, you know, and they're just like sitting there like, what's up? Iran's like, you guys gonna, they're like, no, we're just looking. So like, it was coming, and you know, here's the thing, like, I understand why people feel different ways about different scenarios when it comes to war, but like, I don't understand why you can't just have a general gut feeling that says no to war of any kind for any reason. Like, I don't understand, like, after having seen war, which I haven't, but I've seen some vicious stages, and I've bombed hard, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a comedian, I've witnessed bombings, okay? And those are bad enough. But yeah, so you know, I mean, I've always been anti-war, and that's always just kind of been my stance on every kind of conflict. So like, I don't ever feel like I have any inconsistency, but I see people like, you know, treating things different ways, and that's fine. Like, I understand everybody's different, but like this particular one, like, we knew it was happening, okay? And the thing is, like, the United States wants Iran's oil. That's pretty much the simplest way of saying it, okay? If you need the perspective, Iran has the world's third largest oil reserves, okay? Number one is Venezuela. Not sure if you've heard of them. If you haven't, don't worry about it. That's so January. Number two is Saudi Arabia, but they're our ally because they helped with 9/11, so there's that. It's funny because it's true. And number three is Iran, and so to say that this is not about oil is just absurd when they're in the top fucking three, okay? And because if you look even further down, number four is Canada, soon to be the 51st state, okay? And then number five is Iraq. Not sure if you've heard of them, but they are also a small country next to Iran. And so Iran has a lot of oil. So you know that's our interest. It's been our interest for a very long time. In fact, Iran used to have a democracy in the 1950s, and at one point they decided to privatize their oil and not share it with us in the UK. And us in the UK were like, No. So the CIA started some operations that basically overthrew their democracy and instituted a monarchy because, America, we love monarchy when it's not us, And ever since then, the region of Iran has been destabilized in some shape or form. Of course, there was a revolution in 1979, and they basically, what many would call a radicalized or revolutionary government came into place, and it was very anti-imperial, anti-US, and of course, not good to its people, you gotta be honest, but at the same time, we should be out of everybody's business in the fucking first place. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's the, 60 years of context for you, but today was Saturday. Yeah, why is our government doing all these military operations on Saturday? Is it do leaders take days off? Is that what it is? Is that overtime tax? I would like to think our tax dollars are going to something, but what's the logic to that? Are they we could go on a Thursday, but I think they'll be busy? You know what I mean? What is the logic? Where the Iranian generals thanks God, the weekend is here, and they were this is our opportunity, Maduro. We got Maduro early on a Saturday morning. Was he in the club or something? Was he dancing? We're we know his spot. El Mencho, right, in Mexico. That was what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? So Sábado, basically. Sábado is our invasion day, and I don't understand the logic. The only thing that makes sense, because I feel you could get these people in the same way at any time if you have the intel that lets you know where they are. So the only reason they could be doing it on Saturday is because they think that we won't be paying attention because we'll be at the comedy show, and that's why I gotta talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because they're oh, they'll never know. They're just going to Hawaiian Brian's, they're gonna have some drinks, they'll never know what happened. Just make sure the comedian doesn't talk about it. But yeah, I feel that's the only reason. They feel they think that we're not gonna fucking notice, because it's Saturday, fuck yeah. So the United States and Israel started bombing Iran last night, okay? And immediately, Israel started bombing it, because they always do. And Israel called it a preemptive strike, or even to go as far as preemptive self-defense. Yes. So Israel defended itself in advance. I didn't know you could do that. And so they started bombing Iran basically our last night, which was early Saturday morning in Iran. And so they've been talking about it for a while. The reasoning has been that we have to stop Iran from getting a nuke, okay? Because according to Netanyahu, Iran will have a nuke within one day to 7 million years, depending on what narrative serves our purpose now. It's like a UPS delivery window, It's what can Brown do for you? I don't know, make a nuke. But here's what I don't understand. Iranians, they have a nuclear program, but there's no evidence that they had a nuke. And also, there has been a lot of, dialogue within the government saying they don't want a nuke because for the longest time, what they say is they consider having a nuclear weapon haram. It's forbidden. It's a bad thing, which is who would have thought? And so basically they were saying that they're going to be close to making a nuke, so we have to go in and stop them from having a nuke. And I guess the United States didn't really want to do it. This is word on the street, or as I call it, a podcast. But from the most reputable journalists I know and I follow, from my understanding, the United States did not necessarily want to get involved in this direct conflict with Iran for all the obvious reasons, because it's putting U.S. service members at risk. It's costly, war is costly, and it's ultimately serving Israel's interests more than it is the United States' interests. Okay. Now, of course, in the long term, we do want Iran's oil, so we're okay, well, we're there, So to say that we have no interest there is bullshit. But from my understanding, the United States did not want this direct conflict this soon. Okay. and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shoot me a DM nicely later. In recent events, Israel told the United States, if you do not do this operation for us, we will use a nuclear weapon on Iran. Okay, I'm just telling you what I heard, okay? Which makes you say, what the fuck, Israel has nukes? What the fuck? Because for the longest time, they didn't really confirm they had nukes. Like, we might have nukes, we might not. But now we know they have nukes. And, I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I feel like nobody should have a nuke. I don't know if that's a nuclear take, but I feel that nobody should have a nuke. But if somebody is going to have a nuke, they should be only allowed to have a nuke based on their track record. You know what I mean? Based on how they treat regular bombs, And if you're already not good with your use of regular bombs, maybe you can't get the biggest fucking bomb that exists. You know what I mean? It's like if you're not good at riding a bike, don't drive a car, But yeah, so the word, Netanyahu for the longest time, he was like, they're gonna have a nuclear weapon in 3 days. They're gonna have a nuclear weapon in 3 hours, and then it changed. It's gonna be actually 9 months, and then it just kept fucking changing. And I don't know if you remember last summer, but there was an attack on Iran's nuclear facilities that allegedly we had damaged, but then they say we didn't damage it, whatever. And then so yeah, they said we got to go in and we got to get the nuclear weapon. Mind you, North Korea has long-range missiles that are actually more we're in Hawaii, we fucking know. North Korea actually has the capability to launch missiles to the United States, namely Hawaii, but other places do. Like they can reach California, so I heard. And we're not threatening them with this same level action. So you ask what the fuck's going on? You're like, well, North Korea doesn't have oil. You're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So anyways, they start these strikes last night. They go through the morning, and it's just not very clear how long this is going to go on for. But the reason why some people are calling it war, and I really hope it's not. I really just hope this is over, now, yesterday. I hope it's Friday again, But Trump came out and he gave a speech where he was just we're sending our U.S. service members and there could be casualties and to basically brace for a potential war in the region. So they were using the language of war. Also, part of their reasoning for attacking Iran, they said they're a threat to our U.S. military bases. They said Iran is a threat to our U.S. military bases. And you're like, yeah, the ones that you built around Iran to scare the shit out of them. What the fuck did you think? If you look at a map and you see all of our military bases, they're literally built in a perimeter around Iran. We can't get the backside for some reason. We got the front side. And we're there, and we're looking directly at them. And they're like, why? We're like, why are you looking at us? We're just looking at you. And so that was real. They said that they're threatening. That they're threatening our military bases, that they have nukes, and that this is the legitimate one that I do consider legitimate, but not from you, is that we don't like how Iran treats their protesters. Legitimate concern, but who the fuck is this coming from? You know what I mean? I agree. I witnessed what happened in these last few months with the protesters in Iran. I mean, it was horrible. But the mainstream media, first of all, did not do a great job of covering this at all because they didn't provide context. They didn't provide the context. The United States and Israel were making these protests worse and creating more casualties. And as a result, all these people were killed in Iran on behalf of the Iranian government, and Israel and the United States had a fucking big role in it. And now they're using that as a pretext to attack Iran when we fucking shoot down our own protesters. So what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? So yeah. I mean, maybe I just don't get it, But yeah, it's a little weird. Okay. So anyways, the bombing campaign happened overnight, and then Iran started launching missiles back because that's what they do when they're attacked. And we've seen this before, and we know this. We know that Iran is not going to hold back on firing missiles at our military bases and the surrounding area in Israel, and that's what they did. They started striking Dubai. They started striking Bahrain. They started striking Israel. All these places, and like we knew this was going to happen. And so basically, we were starting this war knowing that other motherfuckers are going to get bombed, and we're just like, we'll just see what happens. And this is why war is bad. Because you don't know who's going to get hit, and you have no fucking right to tell people, oh, this was worth it, even though these people died. They didn't fucking choose that. Nobody elects themselves to die in a war except the people who serve, and they're the ones making that choice. But when it's just random civilians, you don't have the fucking right to say. And so for my Iranian friends who are happy about this, I totally understand why you're happy, because I believe in free people all around the world. I do believe this. I believe freedom for all people. But you have to understand, as a Palestinian, I'm not going to be celebrating any bombing campaign on the behalf of Israel. Never. It's just not going to fucking happen. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? I'll give you the nod from afar, but I'm not going to be like Kash Patel going to party with the men's hockey team. I'm not going to be like... Right? Because it would be the same way to be like, well, I'm happy they won too, but like, why is he there? They also bombed a lot of civilians. They bombed a school. And this was something that was underreported, but it was reported. Some people try to call it a hoax. It was not. It was verified by multiple reputable media outlets that they bombed an all-girls school in Iran, and something like 70 to 100, 115 children killed at this school. So it's like, why on fucking earth would you ever want me to cheer this war? Some people are calling this a rescue mission for the Iranian people. Like not on my fucking tax dollars. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm not Iranian, so I don't have a right to tell Iranians how to feel. But as an American taxpayer, I don't want my money going to bombing schools. Okay? I don't. I do not want to be involved in the bombing of any schools. Okay? The only exception to that is if it was my school when I was going there in high school. Okay? But where were you? Where were you when I was a junior in high school, crunching for the SATs, and I just need you to take one person out, just one person. If you took the principal out, the whole school would fall, but you didn't fucking do that. You had one shot. And you're like, that's fucked up. There was a lot of good teachers at that school. They fucking hated their jobs. Seriously. They would have been happy to be put out of their misery. Well, I'm just saying, get life insurance. That's fuck yeah. As a teacher, we can't afford that shit, to be honest. We can't even fucking afford. Oh, you get free life as a teacher? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, so she's like, fuck it, bomb us. She's like, fucking, see what happens. I'm gonna get my policy. But this is what I'm saying. If you're a person who feels like this was an act of liberation and this makes you happy, like I said, you have the right to feel that way. But when I see that a school was bombed in order to make this happen, it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it for me. And the thing is, I don't care how evil a person is. If you have to bomb kids to take them out, I don't think that you're doing the right thing. If you told me we're about to take out Satan himself, okay, but we got to kill 70 kids, I would say, fuck no, dude. If you kill Satan by killing 70 kids with it, you didn't kill Satan. You are Satan. You know what I mean? So anyways, again, So yes, no bombs on schools except mine when I was there, okay? And don't get any ideas and try to bomb them now. It's too little too late. It's too little too late. You had one chance when I was there and you fucked it up. Okay? You fucked it up. All right, I mean, that's the best I can do with this material. But anyways, it's kind of fucking tough. Kind of a tough job I've carved out for myself here, but yeah, it's not. I love you. But it's not. It's not. War is never worth it, and that's why I'm just. Like these motherfuckers, these people who are running our government are fucking bloodthirsty fucking animals who are cheering on war, and we gotta stop voting for these people who are cheering on war. We do. We gotta stop voting for these people. Because they don't have our interests, okay? And if you look at the amount of wars that have been happening in this year already, right? Like this year already, we've bombed like 10 plus countries. Yeah. Yeah. Trump has bombed like 10 plus countries in what I call the Epstein challenge. Yeah. How quickly can they forget? Because. Yeah. Well, we won't forget that shit, man, because it is a distraction. Some people are saying like this is just a distraction for the Epstein files. No, we also want the oil too. Like, give ourselves some credit, okay? But absolutely, they're using this as a distraction, and the fact that they can pivot from country to country every week keeps us going like, what the fuck? So our minds physically cannot be on the Epstein files. So it is effective. It absolutely is effective. And what's that? General strike. Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. Yeah, that's the only general I support right now is Mr. General Strike. But yeah, no, you're right. Oh, there was a joke I was trying to do. I forgot how to do it. It's all good. That was good. I like that too. Okay. Yeah. So like, because and it's not just Trump. A lot of the people in our government who are making these decisions, a lot of these elites who are making these decisions are also present in the Epstein files. For people who are not good at getting consent, they sure are good at manufacturing it. And so basically, like so the United States and Israel, or the United States of Israel, want to do regime change in Iran, okay? And while I certainly sympathize, while I certainly empathize with all my Iranian brothers and sisters who had issues with the repressive government of Iran, I totally get that, but that's not why we're doing a regime change there. We're doing it, the United States doesn't give a fuck how they treat Iranians, they give a fuck how they treat us, okay? And so that's why, basically, the United States wants to go in, remove the old regime, and put in a new one that basically just looks the same, but is just, nice to us and doesn't, say problematic things, I call it Operation Jim Carrey. All right, you need to get the context for this one. So Jim Carrey, good. I know you didn't get that because you don't know what I'm talking about. So I was supposed to talk about this in the beginning of my show. I forgot. Okay, so let me explain. This is fucking crazy. Okay, and I don't believe in all conspiracies. Okay, just most of them. Okay, but yeah, people think they swapped out Jim Carrey. Yeah. Or people think they cloned Jim Carrey. Yeah. And if you see the recent video of him, you'll probably see that shit too. If you were a fan of Jim Carrey and you watched him growing up, and then you see this recent clip of Jim Carrey, it's not even about the look. Yeah, sure, maybe Jim Carrey could have got plastic surgery and his face looks different. But it ain't that. It's the spark in his eyes, dude. Jim Carrey had a life in him. He had a life, and that's why we loved him. He was a comedic actor. For Gen Z, Jim Carrey was a comedic actor, very prominent in the 90s and 2000s. And I mean, some of the fucking best movies. It's hilarious. Dumb and Dumber, that's a classic. The Mask, right? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Liar, Liar. Bruce Almighty. Like, so many fucking bangers Jim Carrey made. And he also, and was that? Which one? Truman Show. Absolutely. Which we're living in right now. And, yeah. And Liar, Liar. Liar, Liar was a good one too. No, he had so many fucking good movies, and he's also political to the extent that, you know, when he makes appearances at award shows, he will call out the bullshit that exists not only in our government but also in the Hollywood elite circles. And he called out the Illuminati. He called out the things they were doing to children. He called out this fervor for war from our government. He called out all that shit. And he was always there. He was always in him. He was always present. And then he recently went to this award ceremony in Paris. He's like, they had a delightful performance. And they're like, what the fuck happened to Jim Carrey? But I'm telling you, not only is his cheekbone structure changed, which is fine. Maybe he got plastic surgery. But nah, bro, it's the life inside of him. So people are like, bro, they fucking cloned Jim Carrey. Okay? That also might be a little bit of a stretch, okay? They may have just found somebody who looks just like him. You know, like, in the acting world, they're capable of finding fucking stunt doubles. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very plausible thing. So, like, cloning, that's a bit much. But, like, it's very possible that they swapped out Jim Carrey with somebody else, you know? Or the other alternative theory is that Jim Carrey really doesn't like going to award ceremonies, so he sent his stunt double, okay? That's also a plausible theory, but the people who are a little more conspiratorial are like, nah, they swapped him out because he was saying too much, you know? Because also, like, with the Epstein file thing, all that coming out in the last few weeks, and then, you know, suddenly Jim Carrey is, like, radio silent, it is a little bit suspect, okay?
Pickle
So,
Rick!
what's that?
I blame Pickle Rick. Nobody?
Blame what? That's a reference I don't get.
Rick and Morty!
Oh, Rick and Morty? Is that a Rick and Morty reference?
Yes.
I think only you got that. So, very esoteric you are. That reminds me of, like, when I start a comedy. You say something and you're like, oh fuck, back to the drawing board.
DM me!
Yeah. I didn't appreciate your Rick and Morty reference. I think it was a little too nuanced. But yeah, so people think they still have Jim Carrey, and so that's why. Let's go back to Iran for a second, okay? So the United States wants to swap out the government of Iran for a new government that looks the same but is friendlier to us and doesn't say problematic things, or as I call it, Operation Jim Carrey. Yeah. So you get it now. You get it now. And I know someone's gonna be like, how dare you compare Jim Carrey to the IRGC? He had a lot of movies I did not like, okay? Like, Dumb and Dumber 2 was fucking atrocious, okay? So let's be fair here. Alrighty then, okay. For Gen Z, that's a reference to an old Jim Carrey movie back in my day. But yeah, so, yeah, good laugh. It's a good laugh right there. So yeah, anyways, I'll wrap this whole fucking Iran thing up, but, and I'll, you know, move on to the Epstein files, but it's Saturday, we're having fun. You know what I mean? It's Saturday. You know, and so yeah, so it's like, it's 2026. We should not be having wars in 2026. Okay, we should be above and beyond wars. At the very least, we should not be bombing people in 2026. Okay, like we've just recently discovered, if you want action to happen, okay, like if you want action to happen, I'm telling you, like, from now on, if you really want to, like, fight a country, hire Zoran Mamdani. Have him put out a post to hire New Yorkers to get shovels for $30 an hour. He'll have that place either cleaned up or fucked up in 24 hours. For an hour. That's what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the Middle East can be quite a sandy place, you know? So, like, if you really want to punish someone, get Zoran and his team of goons out there shoveling sand, man. Just shoveling sand. Or just shovel a bunch of snow over the Pentagon. Problem solved. So, but yeah, I'm just telling you, there's more creative solutions now. We don't have to fucking bomb our way out of shit. And that's the thing, I don't, you know, like, you know, Trump called himself the anti-war candidate. Yeah, I mean, he said, I'm the president of peace, you know. But really, he's just trying to get a piece of every little country is basically what it is. And it just, like, there's people who genuinely believe that this strategy works, that he's essentially, by bombing all these places, he's creating long-term lasting peace. But I can tell you, as somebody who's been alive for more than a few years, okay, that doesn't fucking work. That doesn't fucking work. When you bomb places, the people who get bombed and the people who knew the people who get bombed will never forget that shit, and they will carry that shit for generations. And anywhere you look in the world right now where there is civil unrest, where there are, quote, terrorist groups or militants or people who are essentially, you know, not friendly to the United States or you know, plotting like bigger things, these are all people who at some point experienced the United States bombing campaigns in the last 7 decades. Okay? So just pay fucking attention to how history works before you try to alter that shit. You know what I mean? Pay the fuck attention, you know? And was that another Rick and Morty method? Yeah, she's like, this is like the episode when Morty was like, come on, Rick, come on. Yep. But
I'll buy you a drink.
oh yeah, buy me a drink. Sure, yeah, that'll solve it. Anyways, I knew, like, first of all, what makes this even more fucked up is Mercury retrograde, okay? And everybody with a brain knows not to start a war during retrograde, okay? It's just bad, okay? It's because it's a war you can't finish, okay? Everybody knows that. I'm talking to you, Scorpios, okay? Scorpio is always an easy target. Yeah. So yeah. Don't start wars in retrograde. Don't start wars on Saturday. Don't start wars any day of the week. Okay. Don't start wars any day of the week. Okay. Because days go by, and you know, you might be an old man. You know, you might be an old man who's orange. And you're going to be dead in a few years the way you're shitting your pants right now, okay? But you don't know you're setting up failure for the future generations by creating animosity towards the United States all around the fucking world. All around the fucking world. And so that's why it's like, dude, it's like Zoran was just in the Oval Office like a few days ago, and he got Trump to approve his housing plan. It's like, Zoran, call your bro, dude. Like, get on the fucking phone and tell him, like, yo, this isn't a good idea. Then Trump's gonna be like, you know, he's a communist, but I like the guy, you know? He's like, all right, change the plans. We're not gonna be bombing in Iran. We're just gonna be getting a bunch of shovels.